3, 2, 1. Greetings, Richard Nikoley, freetheanimal.com. Coming to you from my home in Rawai Beach at the very southern tip of Phuket Island in Thailand. So I just drafted a post that's a premium content post for the members of freetheanimal.com. You can go and check that out. There's levels from free to premium. Take your pick, it's a la carte. So I just wrote I've completely stayed away from the George Floyd thing on purpose from the outset because I didn't like what I was hearing on either side of the divide, both the left and the right. So I've drafted a fairly substantial post, now the verdict having come in, which I'll give you the punchline. I'm not altogether happy with it. I would have preferred a negligent homicide sort of thing, and I don't quite understand all the intricacies of, unintentional second degree, third degree, second degree manslaughter. Maybe it's equivalent. I don't know. But everyone understands what negligent homicide is. I explain what I mean by that in the post. So I intentionally stayed away from this, didn't comment on it, and I didn't really want to unwittingly or almost irresistibly take on any bias one way or the other. I mean, a man died, and there was two facts. Well, there was only one fact that was pertinent to me, and that is that he was held down in that situation for 9 minutes, but some say 9.5. Well, to me that, at first I said, when I started looking at this yesterday, I said, well, that's 9 times as long or more as it takes to put handcuffs on him, right? And then someone said, well, he was handcuffed, right? Someone actually saying that Derek Chauvin should be acquitted said, well, he had handcuffs on him. I'm like, well, that makes it worse. It's reminiscent to me of the Monty Python skit, it's just a flesh wound, right? Well, if he's handcuffed, what's he gonna do? Oh, he's the big and he's a scumbag and da da da. Well, here's what's being missed, I think. And that is as if you as a police officer take on the authority, you're bestowed the authority to detain, arrest, and restrain somebody. By restraining them, you are then limiting either in a limited fashion or completely rendering them incapacitated to act in their own well-being and for their own life, right? That means you take on the responsibility for their health and well-being, right? This did not happen. This did not happen at all. And it was exactly the opposite, right? The guy's handcuffed. All these arguments, well, he could have ran away. Oh, okay. So what if he did? How far is he gonna get? Running with his hands handcuffed behind his back. I shouldn't even belabor that, but so the political right jumped on this as a just pushback because of the stupidity or the wanton evil destructiveness of the left, right? Instead of saying, well, stop, wait, let's have a trial over this. And it doesn't look good. Why do people, just because they're going to embrace one side of the politics or the other, have to make themselves look stupid, right? By saying, oh, he was a scumbag, or he was this, or he was that, or so on. Look, The guy was obviously in some sort of distress, right? He was saying, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe," and so the prosecution or the defense for Chauvin makes the argument, well, whichever side, like he was already saying he couldn't breathe, so it wasn't the knee on the back that killed him. Well, yeah, but if he couldn't breathe, then he has a medical problem, and by restraining him, they became responsible for his well-being, and that was not done, and they did the opposite, and either killed him or allowed him to die, right? It doesn't matter to me at that point. But then you have the other side, the politicized left, and the big media and big corp, which funds the big media and donates mostly to the political left. They're just basically making fools of everybody. They don't care. Nobody cared about Floyd, right? This was all just a way to keep the political antagonism high, right? You can imagine, like Fox. Don't think they weren't in on this too. Fox, CNN, it doesn't matter. How do they make money? By selling advertisements. Do you think all their reps weren't on the phone saying, "This is big, it's going to get a lot of attention, you need to do an ad buy," right? Yeah. Can I write you down for another 2 million, right? Ha. You think Fox is, you're fucking smoking dope. Stop it. But then, okay, so for the people on the other side, they didn't give a shit about George Floyd. It was an opportunity to go get a new flat screen TV, washing machine, or refrigerator. They didn't have the character to honestly work for the money to trade for, right? All it was, right? And just to be just generally destructive, and they do it in their own neighborhood. It's like taking a shit on your own doorstep, you fucking evil idiot morons. So, I don't want to make this long. It doesn't need to be. But the thing is that if there was real care for it, number one, the police would have said, okay, he's restrained, he's not hurting anyone, let's get him medical attention, right? Then if he dies, he dies, and then it's clearly probably his own actions, his drug overdose, and then the folks on the other side, the common folks, rather than burning and looting and destroying, would have said, holy shit, this guy died, he didn't get medical attention, and there's a lot of video footage, so let's wait and see if there's a prosecution or at least a full investigation, and keep a close eye on it, but keep a calm head. And for everybody, here's the unfortunate thing. We've all seen redemption. We've all seen people do a 180. I mean, given this guy's stature, his presence, his big guy, what if this had turned out a completely different way, and it was either it was either his last or his close to his last thing like this, and he completely turned away and becomes a towering, intimidating presence to young men who are starting down that road. That's caring, right? I'm no bleeding heart at all, and truthfully, I think us as human individuals and the universe itself, or at least the planet Earth, would be better off if everyone got exactly what they justly, honestly deserved, redemption or none. At the same time, I am a sucker for redemption. So So I really, you know, humanly feel like it's a good thing when people who have done bad or managed their lives poorly turn around and have and are able to teach others the error of their own ways and to highlight the error that that person is going down. Okay, 1, 2, 3, off.